Breaking news. Dougie Hamilton is going to have surgery Wednesday after suffering that injury against the Washington Capitals early in the first period, taking a puck to the mouth. News coming out from Sam Kasan of NewJerseyDevils.com. A lot of bad news. I'm your host, Sam Wu. Just breaking about an hour and a half ago, Dougie Hamilton will have surgery this Wednesday, according to Amanda Stein. As far as her understanding, they won't have a timeline until after the surgery is done. Coming over the wire about 90 minutes ago, Dougie Hamilton going to have surgery. Going to go through the other news as well. I'm your host, Sam Wu. As we're breaking this right now on Twitter Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch, as we're on the Primetime Radio Network. What are your thoughts, folks? What are your thoughts? It's almost like somebody wrote this in the Facebook Live on YouTube Live, that we're cursed. The New Jersey Devils are cursed, says Chris Solowski in the YouTube Live. Devils winning 3 in a row with the momentum. And now this. Also, Nico Hischier, Devils captain, on his 23rd birthday, out tonight against the Boston Bruins with a lower body injury. I suspect it has something to do with the shot that he took to the leg, but he just bulldogged it throughout the entire game before scoring that game-winning goal to put the Devils ahead and finally beating the Washington Capitals. It doesn't stop there. From Sam Kasan's blog on NewJerseyDevils.com, NHL.com. Jonathan Bernier underwent surgery on Monday on his right hip. Will be out for the remainder of the season. We knew that, but let's pile on the news. Let's just pile it on right now. Just pile on the news. Pile it on. We kind of knew about that. Also, COVID-19 protocols. It was announced earlier today. Tomas Tatar has left the COVID-19 protocol. But 2 more have entered. Yegor Sharangovich, who had been hot in the last 3 games, and Pavel Zacha as well have entered the COVID-19 protocols and will not be available tonight, obviously, against the Boston Bruins. Let's just call it the Bad News Devils Tuesday. It is. Matt Freudenberger, he has his thoughts in the Facebook Live. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We can never have too much positive play in news without something bad happening. He attributes it to the curse of the goal song being taken away in 2013. Should we even bring that up? Tim Kelly, we're done, as he says in the Facebook Live. John Tanaka, I just bet Boston in regulation. Okay, nice way to bet against your team. But hey, you can make a little money on it. Never hurt anybody. Let's see here. Chris Jacobus, I can't stand it. Put it together, a few good wins, and this happens. Done for the season. That's not Happy Devils Tuesday news, according to Mike Rossi. As this broke about 90 minutes ago, Sam Kasan, NewJerseyDevils.com, also on NHL.com, with the bad news. In the middle of the day, Technique on Facebook Live. I shouldn't have clicked on the description drop arrow filled with bad news. All these guys, are they falling apart at the limbs? No. I don't get it. You know what? I don't get it. Sometimes you just can't even explain it in sports. Why so many, just when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? With the New Jersey Devils. We talked about them streaking. They seem to be very streaky. You go on a roller coaster ride with these New Jersey Devils. No fault of their own, okay? No fault of their own. And we talked about leadership. We talked about winning, good teams, good habits. And Mike Ruff said it best, next man up. And that's the mindset that the New Jersey Devils need right now. Nico Hischier, the captain, led by example. That's a big loss. Dougie Hamilton, free agent prize. That's a big loss. Sharangovich getting hot lately. That's a big loss. Pavel Zacha losing his size. That's a big loss, no pun intended. Jonathan Bernier being out most of the year. We knew that was going to happen. That's nothing new news. But you know what? Since we're going to pile it on right now, pile all this stuff on, you might as well talk about it. Pressure's on Mackenzie Blackwood tonight to stop the big bad Boston Bruins. Jack Hughes, 8 points in the last 3 games. He's got to step it up. I'm assuming we're going to see Alexander Holtz finally. Possibly Adam Foote. Nolan Foote. Christian Jaro's already confirmed that he's already going to be in the lineup. And let's not forget about Miles Wood, has been out likely for more months. Well, yeah, let's just pile it on. More injuries. Tatar is a yes. Well, you know what, Omar Ba? At least somebody's thinking positive. I wasn't expecting to do a 3 p.m. breaking news podcast on all this stuff. I was thinking, okay, maybe Dougie Hamilton. Of course, you know, I was following the Devils for till 1:30 p.m. And, of course, they posted it at 1:34 p.m. Eastern. All the breaking news. I went out, had my little lunch, went back, and I'm like, holy crap, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Technique says we should call this team Utica for tonight's game. You know what I want? I call them Utica if they actually win. Because look at what the Utica Devils did. Utica Comets did. They made no excuses. Listen to me here. They made no excuses. And next man up should be the mindset. Take it one shift at a time. You're down, but you're not out. You still have Jack Hughes in the lineup. You still have Tatar in the lineup. You still have Dawson Mercer, Janssen in the lineup. Jesper Bratt. If there's a time that Jesper Bratt, who has been the most consistent player all season long, if there's a time that you want him to step up because he had been stepping up, this is the time you step up, Jesper Bratt. This is your time to shine, to show everybody, including Tom Fitzgerald, that it is okay, that you are the leader in the locker room. Your captain has fallen. He is down for a day or two, we hope. Your big prize free agent is going to be down for an indefinite period of time. Your 1B goaltender is out for the remainder of the season. You've got your teammates in COVID protocol. Jesper Bratt, this is your moment to shine. It could be a turning point, and I want to think positively here, folks. because we talked about all the negativity of the 6 weeks of losing. But right now we're riding on a 3-game winning streak. And I want everybody to take a positive approach to this. A positive approach. And I will say this. Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Mackenzie Blackwood, Ryan Graves, Damon Severson, PK Subban, and the rest. Tonight will be our great moment when we say as a team, as a young franchise, I'm just screwing up on these breaking news. I'm not prepared. This will be our finest hour tonight. Can the Devils make it 4 in a row, given all the circumstances after the reset button? No excuses, New Jersey Devils. No excuses, because you still have some great leaders on this team. And we talked about everyday leaders. We can't just rely on Geertsen or Mikey McLeod to do all the physical pounding, or Nathan Bastian. You got to do it collectively as a team. Every player needs to step up the leadership role and pitch in, and that is how you overcome these obstacles, these challenges that come along with an NHL regular season. And I think this team has the capabilities of doing it. I've said it all along. Talent is not an issue, folks. They are a young team. We expect growing pains. But if the Devils were to grow leaps and bounds, it starts tonight when you're on a 3-game winning streak after hitting a reset button. Let's see what they're really made out of when they play the big bad news Boston Bruins. I believe in them. So should you. Jack Hughes, he has been a thief on the ice. He's been stealing pucks away. He has lost his forechecking partner, Yegor Sharangovich, but we expect more from Jack Hughes tonight. Jesper Bratt, he has to be like Captain Clutch. If you haven't read my blog yet, read it right now on pucksandpitchforks.com. I talked about Nico Hischier and Captain Clutch. Another Captain Clutch, if you remember his name, Jamie Langenbrunner, who didn't put up 40 goals, 40 assists a season. But man, sometimes he had those timely goals. And that's sometimes is what you need out of your captain. Captain Clutch. And I want you to know, New Jersey Devils fans, it is not a time to say, boo-hoo, Sam Woo, and wear this. Those days are over. Those days are over. Dougie Hamilton, I wish you the best. I wish you a fast and quick recovery. But we got this, Dougie. We got this. I want the players to know you need to step up and have your teammates back. And I think Tom Fitzgerald made a great point about that. The answer are in the guys in that locker room. You must have Dougie Hamilton's back right now. Nico Hischier have his back right now. You darn well know that they want to play in this game. Even with Sharangovich and Zacha out, they probably want to play this game, but they're not allowed to for safety reasons. If they could, you know that they would. And it's time to step up. The young players better step up now. Jesper Bratt, that is you. You've done it all season long. They need you more than ever. And if you want that big contract, it's time for you to put up tonight. Joey Giordano, what's up with Nico? If you look at the ticker, out with the lower body injury, assuming it's day-to-day. David Decker on the Facebook Live. Time for our young bucks to step up. Yes, that David Decker from Town Toyota, the most positive Devils fan I know. Town Toyota in Ledgewood, they do not endorse us. We endorse them because he has hooked up in a time of low supply of brand new Toyotas. David Decker hooks up the Let's Go Devils podcast. Trust me, that's my testimonial. Very happy customers. And of course, we did not get paid for it, so that endorsement is really good. Chris, Sam, get in the locker room, stand on a chair, and give that lecture to the team tonight. Oh, my goodness. You know what? If New Jersey Devils, I swear to you, just put a 55-inch screen TV, flat TV in that locker room. Let me just zoom in. Let me talk to the players. And they will not come out sleepwalking in the first period and down on themselves. But don't you worry. Elaine Nazardine, who has been filling in for Lindy Ruff, has done the job. So I don't have to do that. But thank you. Thank you, Chris, from YouTube Live. Preach, says Pete Magic. Pete, I think you sent me a message the other day. I'll get to that on Game Day Live. Game Day Live, Vinny Parisi and I, 6 p.m. Eastern, will be going over the pregame, the mess of all these bad news. Not even, they're just bad news reported by Sam Kasan and NewJerseyDevils.com. Fine reporter. Also, great reporting with Amanda Stein, following her Twitter account today. Amanda Stein on top of things early. She promised 11:30 a.m. when the practice was starting, but she started tweeting out beforehand. Thank you, because that's the million-dollar question right now. What's going on with Dougie Hamilton? He's going to have surgery Wednesday and will place on IR retroactively from January 2nd. And yeah, beat the Boston Bruins. One period at a time, folks. One shift at a time. If you're down 3-0, you still have time to catch up. This team is confident. This team is wounded. But you know what? If this team really wants to prove themselves, it starts tonight, folks. Because sometimes when the tiger is wounded, that's when the tiger is its most dangerous. Just remember that. Sometimes it brings out the best in you when these things happen. So I don't want everybody to say, hey, our season's done. It's far from over. Folks, we've got what? This is game 35, 34 tonight. I have to check the standings. There's still plenty of time to win here, folks. There's still plenty of time. You have Jack Hughes. You still have your first overall pick, generational player Jack Hughes, in the lineup, who, by the way, like I'll reiterate, 8 points in the last 3 games. Boston Bruins will have to stop Jack Hughes. The Devils are going to have to put a body and shut down Marchand, Taylor Hall, whatever they're going through. Celluloid therapy. This team just cannot win. We need to start looking who and why the curse was cast on the New Jersey Devils. If you're look at history, who players that have surgery has had, and they typically do not play that entire. You know what? I'm going to go with Matt Freudenberger as a Devils fan. Ever since they took away that goal song, without alerting the fans, it's been downhill since. Hockey superstition, I believe in it. Hockey players believe in it. But David Decker is on the positive side of history. Our time is coming. No curse. Brack came back pretty fast with his jaw stuff. Let's hope Dougie won't be out too long. Cheryl Miller. Hey, you know what? Before we get the anxiety, let the doctors do what doctors do best. Let them find out what is going on. Then we can panic after the news. But for now, all we know is you still have a team. Hey, Matt Salander, great point. Need Blackwood to steal it tonight with some Hughes points sprinkled in. Mackenzie Blackwood, remember that save against the Boston Bruins, those big bad Bruins, right? On the goal line, he stretched out that pad and glove, and it was just a hair on the line. No goal. Remember, it all is fine in Devil's Land right now. All is okay. Do not hit the panic button, folks. We hit the reset button, but do not hit the panic button just yet. I'm telling you, we're going to do just fine tonight. The New Jersey Devils have hit the reset button. They should be able to have a competitive game and give the big bad Boston Bruins a run for their money. Okay? I've already said it. I love the positiveness. I want you all to join us on Game Day Live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Vinny Parisi and I will preview the game. Yes, that Vinny Parisi at pucksandpitchforks.com. We want to know what your thoughts are, what's going to happen, predictions, all that stuff. This is incredibly bad news, but you know what? The show must go on. The show must go on. Pete Maggio have Bastion take care of Marchand. McLeod take on Hall. Hughes and Bratt light it up. Mac Black shut it down. That's how you do it. Oh, yeah, and all the other Twin Tower. Ryan Graves. You're a beacon of hope right now, Ryan Graves. You put them in the graveyard tonight, Ryan Graves. NFZ must be perfect. Penalty killing has been awesome. The power play is starting to show life. Remember that, folks. Remember that. Mike Rossi, we need someone to get a Gordie Howe hat trick. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need everybody to step up like Gordie Howe. We need everybody to be an everyday leader. Remember the old Devils teams. Scott Stevens, Scott Niedermeyer, Martin Brodeur, Elias, Arnott. Even when they had injuries, they stepped it up, didn't they? They just kept winning. You can make all the excuses in the world, but we've got the talent to do it. Alexander Holtz, you would expect him to be hungry, to win. And just remember about these young kids that came from Utica. Kevin Dineen and the Utica Comets. They learned how to win in the first 2-3 months of the season. David Decker, I double that, woo. I would love to have a young Scott Stevens on this team. I'm telling you, it's not one player. any great team in the past of the Devils, when things got bad, it was Randy McKay that would score, Sergei Brelin, Jay Pandolfo, and John Madden shutting down the other team. John Madden sacrificing his body, his face to the puck. Just remember that, folks. Just remember that. Just remember that. All right, so little programming note. Programming note here. Game Day Live, 6 p.m. Eastern. Corbin, are you joking in that Facebook Live? Let me know, because I'm not going to say it till I see it. If it's breaking over the wire right now. Are you serious, Corbin, what you just wrote? Say yes or no in the Facebook Live. I will find out right now going on Twitter. Sometimes I see these messages on social media, whether we're Twitter Live, at Let's Go Devils Podcast, Facebook Live, at Let's Go, no. Twitter Live is at Let's Go Devils Pod. Facebook Live is at Let's Go Devils Podcast. He said, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I'm going to NJ Devils website, Twitter account. Corbin, I don't know what you're talking about, Corbin. Are you making it up? I'm not going to say it till it's confirmed. Stop. I'm not going to say it till it's confirmed. Sorry, folks. Sometimes when you see, but you never know if he could be right. Got to check sources. That's what we do here. We don't break news, really, even though it says breaking news. We talk about the news on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Saw it on Facebook. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. It's not official till you see it on Facebook, right? All right, Corbin. Well, we'll figure this thing out because it's not on the New Jersey Devils Twitter account. But we shall see. We shall see. Lane Nazardine saying earlier, you gain confidence, especially the way we've been playing winning games. 3 is a good streak. Now trying to make it 4. See, again, no one's making excuses here. They play great. I'm very proud of them. They played 3 unbelievable games as a team, says Tomas Tatar earlier. All right. We'll find out. As far as we know, Nico Hischier will just be without this game with a lower body injury. If there's any further stuff, we will know. We will know. It was on Fire and Ice. Does Fire and Ice even exists? Stop it. Stop it. Fire and Ice. I'm going on Fire and Ice blog. Does it even still exist? Oh, my goodness. You know, it's funny. I'm on NorthJersey.com. Their last update about the Devils was the Penguins and Devils game was postponed because of COVID issues. Are you serious? They haven't updated NorthJersey.com about the Devils since December 19th or 20th? Are you kidding me? Well, that's why you should keep it here, folks. That's why you should keep it here. The Let's Go Devils podcast. We'll break it to you. 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. Game Day Live. Vinny Parisi and I will preview the game. And after the game, we'll get your rapid reactions. Devils After Dark. Scotty from SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, and I will recap the game that was. But let's just recap. Breaking news. Dougie Hamilton, broken jaw, will have surgery on Wednesday. Will placed on IR retroactively to January 2nd. Nico Hischier, lower body injury, will not play against the Boston Bruins tonight. Jonathan Bernier, as we know, underwent surgery on the right hip Monday, will be out for the remainder of the season. All the pressure's on Mackenzie Blackwood. Yegor, Sharangovich, and Pavel Zacha have entered the COVID-19 protocols. Tomas Tatar has been released, but Sharangovich and Zacha will not be available tonight against the Bruins. Zacha and Sharangovich, but Tatar will be available tonight. What about Alexander Holtz, Nolan Foote? We should find out during warm-ups. Keep it here. The Let's Go Devils podcast. Breaking news. Dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Safety, folks. Keep your hands 10 and 2 on the wheel. Also, P. Maggio from Maryland. That's where he gets his information. From Bing in Maryland. Oh, no, for being in Maryland now. Gets it from us, I'm assuming. Yeah, well, we just confirm the news, folks. We don't make the news here. We just confirm the news and we talk about it. Yeah. Smokey, is it normal for a team to take this many pucks to the face? What a mess, says Smokey. Wow, so now I'm seeing Jim Leahy saying the same thing about Nico. Are you sure about that? LFGD, says Joey Giordina. Hold on a second. Before we go, I got to do a little research. Doing a little research. Let me do a little research here. I want to confirm this about Nico Hischier. Not going to say what it is, but I got to confirm this before we leave air. I'm going to go to some of my favorite sites. I'm going to start texting sources right now. Let me check with a few of my sources here. Yeah, before we go. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry for the dead air. But I gotta find this out before we go. What's going on with Nico Hischier? This is just a lot of bad news. Bad news. Already confirmed today. I'm going to ask Vinny Parisi. Checking the Devils. Yeah, you can't go to NorthJersey.com. They haven't updated their site since since the pause, the Christmas pause. Unbelievable. Anyway, I don't know. Should I cut the cord? Let me ask you folks, should I cut the cord? It's already 3:35 p.m. Eastern. Wasn't expecting to do this. Looking to confirm right now. What the heck is going on? Yeah, Joey Giordino, I'm hoping that's a rumor too, what people are saying about Nico Hischier. Good point on Ruff. Next man up. Next man up, says Technique. YouTube Live. We'll figure it out. All right, I'm not going to wait any longer. We'll stick it out. Actually, let's cut it, says Suka. 6 p.m. Eastern, Game Day Live. We will have everything for you. Breaking news. It's all bad. See you at 6 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, let's go Devils.